Hi guys, it's Britain Oz here. It's just the end of the evening for me. I've been playing some Battlefield 1 again. Had a chat with Jared. Thanks very much, mate. It really helped me out. I think I might got the mic sorted now. Hopefully, I'll edit it tomorrow and see if the sounds actually come through or not. So this video, I'm actually I said in my last one I wasn't planning on making these videos. I am actually planning on making these ones. These are my sports reviews, previews. I'm going to focus mainly on this video, the autumn internationals. So where the Southern Hemisphere teams they travel up to Northern Hemisphere to get South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Argentina, Fiji, and Samoa. These guys are going to play the smaller tours. They'll travel up to Europe and they'll play France, England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Italy as well. Tours are they're really good. They give you a bit of a an indication of kind of what teams wear, but face it, for financial reasons basically. And everyone's played the All Blacks. The All Blacks are the biggest brand in rugby, probably besides the Lions. So that Lions tours me a massive money maker this year or next year. So there are two games happening, or two games of note. South Africa playing the Barbarians, which doesn't really count. You got Ireland playing the All Blacks, New Zealand in Chicago, and you've got Wales playing Australia in Cardiff. We can start with the Ireland New Zealand game. I cannot see anybody beating New Zealand at the moment, no matter how much they talk about how confident they are. Ireland are a very, very, very good side, and they are pushing England to be the best Northern Hemisphere team. They're really pushing them. They're very good. They've got an excellent coach. Got really good spine to their side. They're solid in their structures. One thing that kind of concerns me a little bit with Ireland is the amount of foreign players qualifying to play for Ireland through the residency rules. I think it's maybe 3 years residency and they can play for Ireland. This is a problem in world rugby. This is a global problem, but it's being highlighted a little bit because Ireland do have such good players and they do have solid foundations, and yet they're getting back rowers, front rowers, everything. I think they've got a Bundy from Connaught. I think he's going to play next year. I think he's a 12, and they've also got a second row as well, Kiwi. And I actually read an article from Luke Fitzgerald, the winger, play for Ireland, and he was just saying that these guys, the Irish kids grow up and they play age grade rugby all the way through, and they represent their clubs, represent their country, 16s, 18s, 20s, Wolfhounds, which is like the B team. Suddenly they get up into the senior squad, and they worked so hard to get there, but then they've realised they're standing next to a Kiwi who isn't there because he is a Kiwi, and then they think that he's for some reason better. That's not necessarily the case. The Kiwis are the best team in the world by quite a distance, no matter how much people think England are catching up with them. They're really not. England are not catching up with them in New Zealand. If they played in this tour, which unfortunately they're not, but if they did, New Zealand would absolutely destroy England. They'd flatten and run straight over them. The Kiwis are taught the basics. Really, they drilled the basics for such a young age. Basics, and it was so good. And you look at the front rows, can do the same things at the centre. They're dummy in there through the gap. They're gone. You see hookers do the same thing. They're all so multi-skilled. It's ridiculous, and they've got good feet, good vision, and that's what sets them apart. They've got the basics down so well that they can then do the fancy stuff if they need to do it. The games in Chicago, which I find just strange. I mean, New Zealand come to Europe once a year, unless it's a World Cup. They come there once a year, and the Irish public would love to see Ireland play the best, the All Blacks in Dublin, and it would be a great spectacle. And actually almost beat them last time they were there. It was a very, very close game. Last minute, the 82nd minute try won it for the All Blacks, so Ireland came that close. It's a financial thing. They're playing in Chicago. it's also, I suppose it is good for the game because it is spreading the game to the States, and there's actually, I think, quickest the quickest growing game in the States is rugby, which is good. They've got, I think it's in the NCAA, so it's a collegiate sport now as well. In all the colleges, there's a pro league started this year. There's a bit of a retirement village at the moment, but if the money starts coming in and exposure starts to be there, you never know, it could end up a little bit like the MLS, I guess. In terms of result for this game, for New Zealand, Ireland, New Zealand by 20 or 30 points, I think. No matter how well Ireland sort of play, New Zealand have just gone off the back of a rugby championship win. They won it by 17 points, something stupid like that. They just ran away with it. And that only ended a few weeks ago, whereas Ireland haven't played together since their summer tour, which was in July. So, yeah, they're going to be rusty. They're going to have some rust. If they were playing someone like maybe, no offence, maybe Fiji or Samoa first, and they played New Zealand maybe week 2 or 3, then you think, yeah, okay. But week 1, I don't think they've really got too much of a chance. Moving on to Cardiff, you've got Wales against Australia. This is a really difficult one to call. Australia are in a funny place right now in their rugby. They're in a bit of a transitional phase, I guess you could call it. But you see it living in Australia, and they've got a very strange way of going about things. They've got a guy called Bill Pulver, who's top of the totem pole, he's a businessman. He's not really a rugby admin kind of guy. He's brought in to sort of try and make more money, and I guess it's sort of worked by charging the suburban clubs more money. But what they're doing at the moment, instead of pumping the money back into grassroots and encouraging the games, not from the club perspective, because it's very much a private school game in Australia, and that's where the majority of the players come from. The club players aren't really coming from sort of like the hotbed like Western Sydney and places like that. They come from private schools. Instead of pumping money into grassroots, they are signing marquee players at astronomical prices. So Israel Folau, for example, is one, and he was good. He's gone off the boil a little bit now. I think he's a bit stale. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go back to rugby league in the next year. I think he's sort of maybe hit his mark now, and he was a bit of an X factor when he first joined. Other teams didn't really know kind of what he was going to bring. He's a big guy, he's athletic, he's quick, he's good in the air. But teams know him now, so he's not as much of a threat. You can double up on him. They've just signed, Melbourne Storm signed, Melbourne Rebels signed a winger, Corabetti, from Melbourne Storm NRL club, and he's actually Fijian, and before he even played a game of Super Rugby, he's in the Wallaby squad for the Northern Hemisphere tour. Now, that kind of epitomises the problem. The guy is, A, he's Fijian, B, he's not even played a game of Super Rugby yet, and he's in the Wallaby squad, and chances are he's probably going to start on the wing. He's an absolute specimen. He's incredible. He's very, very, very good, but a bit like Ireland. What kind of message is this sending out to the youngsters in the game? I mean, you've got all these guys, these kids growing up in Australia want to be Wallabies, and so their path is blocked because the ARU has just splashed hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars on this Fijian winger to get instant results. But the problem with Australian rugby is it's not got the strength and depth. It hasn't got strength and depth. So if they get a few injuries, there's nothing beneath their top, say even beyond their top starting 15, maybe they're 22. There's not a lot under that. You could probably pick 3 or 4 All Black teams from the amount of depth they've got. You could probably pick maybe 2 or 3 good English teams. But with Australia, you've got maybe 22 players who are up at that kind of level and up. After that, they've got nothing. They really have got nothing. And that's a worry for Australian rugby, particularly as they're up against AFL, so that's Aussie rules, and they're against NRL. Both of those games are embedded in the Aussie culture. AFL's massive in Melbourne, it's huge. It's getting bigger in Sydney. The crowds for the Sydney Swans and the Giants out west are big crowds, and you can just see the tides turning in Sydney towards AFL. NRL is always, each suburb's got a team, and it's always going to be a hard nut to crack. But I really think the rugby union chiefs are going completely the wrong way, and I would not be surprised to see rugby in Australia almost out of the picture in the next 10 years. It's going that way. Wales, they're a strange team. I don't know what it is about when they play Southern Hemisphere sides. I'm not sure if it's they come over or the fact they're playing against guys with accents, whether it be Australian, South African accents, Kiwi accents. I don't know what it is. They don't seem to mind battering English people too much, but when it comes to playing Southern Hemisphere sides, they just tend to choke. This is a really good opportunity for Wales to bury that, because this Wallaby team are there for the taking. Got Lee Halfpenny. He was scheduled to start on the wing. He might start fullback because Liam Williams, I think, might be injured. Sam Warburton's back. He's not played a lot of rugby. He might be playing for Cardiff Blues actually before he comes back to play for Wales. Alan Jones isn't playing. That's a massive loss. That guy's a beast. But they've got good players, and they should have advantage up front. They should have a scrum advantage because they've got the better scrum. They've got the just better pack. Backline, Jamie Roberts, Jonathan Davies. See what backline Australia put out. Those guys shouldn't have too much of a problem with the Australian backline, to be honest, because when England went down to Australia for their tour and won 3-0 in the summer, at least he didn't have that many problems against them. They had Kuranjani in the centres. There's not that much to him for an international centre. He's big and he just runs straight. Everyone knows about that. The epitome of a good big centres. Nonu, he started off like that. He started off as a bit of a cannonball. He just charged straight through, but then he developed his game and he became a distributor, passer. Probably the best all-round inside centre in the world. Probably still is. If he was in New Zealand, he'd probably be still playing for All Blacks. So Wales, they could win, but Australia always have a way of digging themselves out of a hole when it comes to it. And always the World Cup. So how they made the final of the World Cup last year, I got no idea, but fair play to them, and they always do it. And I think that's just Aussie spirit. They never give up, never die, Aussie spirit. And it can't, there's a bit of ego about it as well, but you've got to be self-confident in this kind of thing. You've got to be self-confident, or it's not going to work. Given that, I think Wales by 3. I think Wales will win, but it'll be very, 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 very close, and I think it'll be nervous times at the end of the game. Yeah, I think Wales by 3. Yeah, so just moving on to sports. Moving on to sports actually. We've got Australia and South Africa in the cricket at the moment in the Wacker in Perth. South Africa got bowled out for 200 and something in the first day, and Australia, I think they closed. Well, I last saw it, they were pretty much on par for 6. I think David Warner got a quick fire 97. That guy's a freak. He's really changed. He's really changed Test cricket. And I didn't catch the last session of the game because they're a couple of hours behind in Perth, so yeah, I was at home. They bowled really badly yesterday. South Africa bowled really badly yesterday, and hence why Warner was just having a field day. Marsh found it a bit difficult. Warner was having fun. today when I was watching it, they bowled a lot better, a lot fuller. You go to the whack end, suddenly you think you've got to bowl short because it's going to be so bounced. It's not really that. It's not like it was. It's a fairly grassy wicket, it seems, and it's not zinging past their ears and past their nose. It's not doing that. It's still a fast wicket, but you've got to pitch it up. You've got to use a swing. To be fair to South Africa, they did that today and they picked up some good wickets. It's a finely balanced test, and because I don't know the score at the moment, it's hard for me to tell, but it's going to day 3 tomorrow. So I'll give you guys a bit of an update on that tomorrow. England played Bangladesh in two test match series. For those of you who don't know, Bangladesh is sort of one of the minnows of world cricket, and England is sort of one of the kind of higher tier teams. England won the first test match by 22 runs, and they lost the second test match by a couple of wickets. A couple of runs, sorry. 100 runs maybe. That's just learning to play the conditions. Bangladesh had a 19-year-old spinner who, to be fair to him, played very, very, very well. I think it might have been his debut. Even as the conditions suited him, he took advantage. The test will come when he's bowling conditions that don't suit him. Not really turning. He's got to vary his pace and his flight, and he can't really just rely on the amount of turn he's going to get. But it's exciting times for Bangladesh cricket, definitely. I hate seeing them lose, but at the same time, I like to see the minnows sort of produce something. It's good for the games that I love. So they're going to India. England are going to India next. India are ranked number 1 in the world for tests. And if England don't buck up their ideas and don't learn how to play spin, it's going to be a very long tour for them. I saw Michael Vaughan, he's the next England captain. He wrote an article about England needing to part of the bus, so to speak, play defensive cricket. Probably agree with him, to be honest. If you go out there and you try and blast India away, it's not going to work. They've got too much quality. They've got Kohli, players like that, and it's not going to work against these guys. You've got to go out there and you've got to play solid, almost defensive cricket. It's a really interesting tour. I've got a feeling that England are probably going to lose the series 4-0 and they might draw a test. But we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, guys, that's enough for me jabbering on about this stuff. I've got a discussion piece that should be uploaded by now about America. I've got some more battlefield footage coming on the way, and hopefully got the audio with it. But signing out. See you later.